We're gathered here today in this small rural village graveyard to remember our Republican dead, but also to rededicate ourselves to the Republican struggle. Our struggle began 223 years ago with the formation of the Society of United Irishmen. We as Republicans have seen that struggle take many twists and turns, but we have never been closer to achieving our goals than we are today. In just over 4 weeks' time, elections will take place right across the 32 counties of Ireland. In every county, Irish citizens will have the opportunity to vote for Republican candidates. These elections will be a demonstration of the support for our Republican vision. Irish men and women, young and old, who have heard the call of tone will stand before the electorate. This new generation of activists have taken up the struggle to create an Ireland of equals, an Ireland free from the sectarianism and inequalities that have caused so much division in our past and contaminate our present. Every election is important, and these elections across the whole 32 counties are also of massive importance. It is important that we maximise the Republican vote and that every Republican does their bit to make sure that happens. Today's Ireland is an Ireland of change. The Irish people are now more diverse than at any time in the past. Sinn Féin is a party of change, a party of inclusion. New arrivals from Europe and beyond bring a new dynamic to Irish life that can only enrich it. The ideals and principles that inspired those young Protestant men to form the United Irishmen in 1791 are the same ideals and principles that inspired young Michael Cais and his brave comrades. Ireland is now more receptive to the Republican message than at any time in history. We must all redouble our efforts to ensure that Republican candidates are returned wherever they are standing. That will only happen if everyone steps up to the mark and plays their part. This year also marks the 100th anniversary of the start of the First World War, when the imperial greed of Europe's aristocratic elites caused carnage in Europe and beyond, and also across the island of Ireland. In the midst of that carnage, a small group of Irish Republicans raised the tricolour above the GPO in O'Connell Street and lit the fuse which would end the empire. The women of Comhairleoir stood alongside their male comrades, and we salute their bravery in this 100th anniversary of their formation. Of the over 360 candidates standing for Sinn Féin across Ireland, many are women. We are the only party taking positive and proactive steps to encourage the political participation of women. Locally, 4 of our strong team of 13 candidates for election to the new council are women. We have never stood as many candidates, and it is testament to the confidence of Republicans in this area. We have in recent years seen Republicans take many radical steps to move the peace process forward. Moves which have challenged Republicans, but have also challenged those who would seek to prevent change. Locally, our party has been reaching out to our unionist neighbours at every opportunity. The recent acceptance by Martin McGuinness to the invite to play a part in the Irish presidential visit to London is further evidence of our commitment not only to peace but to reconciliation. The lack of leadership of unionism, the rejection of the Haas proposals, and their failure to embrace power sharing in places like Craigavon Council remains one of the frustrations of the process. But we must stay strong, committed and focused on our goals. We will not allow the British government to punish the poorest of our citizens for the folly of the bankers. Welfare reform is not reform. It is a punitive and vicious attack on the poor by British Tories. Sinn Féin will oppose austerity wherever we find it. Unionism may want to roll over, but we will stand firm. Unionism has failed its young people. Sinn Féin will work to ensure that young Protestant males have the opportunity to succeed in education. Our Minister John O'Dowd is changing the face of education in the North so that all our children have the opportunity to be successful. This past year has seen the death of our dear friend and comrade Madiba Nelson Mandela. His steadfastness and courage shone like a beacon across the world. We salute him and we send a message of solidarity to our comrades in South Africa, in Palestine, in Catalonia, and our support for the peace process in the Basque Country. We are about building the Republic proclaimed from the steps of the GPO by Patrick Pearse. We are about realising the dream of Tone and of Emmett. A new republic where our citizens have a stake, a new republic based on religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunity. So as we leave this graveyard in Derrymacash today, let every man and woman ask themselves, what can I do? How can I help? Let us all dedicate ourselves to working to build our new republic. Let us ensure by our actions that when we return to this graveyard next Easter and stand beside the grave of Michael Crossley, that we are closer to achieving our goals than we are today. Make it your personal commitment to play some part in moving the struggle forward. If everyone plays their part, then our goal is within our grasp. The connection with England will be broken, its terrible legacy consigned to history. Let us leave here determined to bring about our new republic. Comhairleoir.